does it all. He is a college student at Penn State. He is an artist and musician. He is a content creator. And I think most importantly, an all-around good human being. We have on a special guest tonight, Danny Vitale. Welcome to Elevation Nation, brother. We are so excited to have you join us.
Much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so pumped. Thank you so much. That was a great intro.
Sam's got the intro down on lock, Danny. I've been following you on TikTok. I've been seeing you posted in some really good content for our guys at Zellman's. So we appreciate that because I just actually crushed a whole box of them myself.
Yeah, code
I don't know if
15% off.
There you go. I mean, you have a box right there.
Dude, I should. I was checking my pockets. I just had one. I was just out filming, and I think I changed because I took a shower. So.
Are you a suck or swallow type of guy with the mint?
Geez, I suck and then I spit
you don't
it out.
do you chew it? Oh, you spit it out.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I know Sam just like eats them like.
Yeah,
you only know what we're talking
chomp
about,
on them, baby.
Yeah, you only know if you're talking about what we're talking about. Elevation Nation.
Breath fresheners.
Yeah, if you're taking some Zellman's breath fresheners, they're amazing. Danny, you've been crushing the TikTok game. I know you're going to keep it up, but welcome, dude. We're pumped to have you. Obviously, among all the things, I mean, your LinkedIn bio is great. You do a lot. We do start every episode off with an elevator pitch because it is Elevation Nation. You got to tell us more about yourself, Danny.
I was worried about this part. I saw it in the past episodes. But yeah, my name's Danny Vitale. I'm really just a kid with a dream. I won't be able to say that much longer because I'm 20, but I'm a creator, artist, agency owner, really just a dream chaser. I want to make a difference in everybody's lives that I touch, no matter how big or small the interaction is. And I just want to be able to do everything and chase my dreams and put everybody that I care about in a better position. So yeah, just trying to get back what I got my whole life.
It's beautiful, man. It's a very altruistic mindset, which, of course, Parker and I certainly appreciate.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, though. Parker and I went to Maryland. We love Maryland. Great school. Incredible human beings there. There seems to be something in the water at Penn State. You guys crank out content. You crank out entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You guys just are go-getters, and you don't wait until you graduate to do it. You guys feel empowered to do it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
why? How? What's going on down there in Happy Valley, man?
Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. We just
built different.
I'm just around a lot of awesome people, and I got connected with a lot of great people, and that's such a key. At such a crazy school like Penn State, like I've seen it all. I've really seen it all. I feel like I've been in Breaking Bad episodes. Like I've seen it all. So to be able to find like-minded people who like, instead of being hungover on a Sunday or like, yo, like we're filming content at 10 a.m. or stuff like that. Like that makes all the difference. You are the people that you surround yourself with, and I'm a big believer in that. And you can have as much self-control as you want, but if you're just like spending your time with the wrong people, it's kind of all for nothing. So lately I've been just really working hard on trying to make sure my circle is like the right people, because I love to allocate my time efficiently. So just being able to work with people who I care about and know are going to push me to be better, that's all that matters to me.
I mean, I think college is a really first time in your life where you're sitting around, you're looking around, you're like, wow, these people are just as smart as me, right? You maybe go to high school, maybe you're one of the smarter people, more of the athletic, but then you get to college, right? Everyone was in that position. They had to take the SAT or the ACT, get good grades to get to Penn State, in our case, Maryland. And you look around, you're like, wow, like the threshold of where I was compared to where I now has changed.
Oh, yeah.
But you can look at it one way or the other. Is like, damn, I'm putting everyone else on a pedestal and like comparing myself. Or I could be like, wait, I have a lot to learn and grow from these people around the rooms that I'm sitting in.
Absolutely. I've just embraced it all because like you're with world-class talent at Penn State. The athletes are going to the Olympics. The influencers are doing all these crazy events. I've really started to embrace like being the worst person in the room, the least athletic person, the least followed person, even though followers really shouldn't matter to anybody. But I really love to be able to learn from everybody and just be in the room with these people. I just like to have my foot in the door and just show them that I'm really about it. And I think my mindset and just my personality just really pulls through in the end in those types of situations. And I've always had positive reactions, even if I'm the smallest person there. So, yeah.
I mean, do you really think you're the smallest person there? Like, what does that mean? Like, you're creating that in your own head, in a sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta get over that hurdle. I mean, like, my work ethic is second to none. So like, I kind of come in there and I'm like, well, I'm still out working like most of these people. So I don't know. I just try to make friends wherever I go. Like, it's not even about like connections. I'm just trying to make a new friend. You know, like half these people, like, you're like, oh my gosh, they have 6 million followers, this and that. Like, they just graduated college. Like, you know, like they're normal kids. Or like you look at these athletes and like I'm like, dude, like my friends are older than these kids that like we're all like looking at in the NBA like, oh my gosh, like I'm older than Victor Wembanyama by like 3 weeks. Like, you know, like it's just stuff like that. Like we're all human beings at the end of the day. So why should we put anybody on a pedestal? Why should I feel better than somebody else? Why should I make other people think that they're better than me?
It's a mindset that's so mature and one that I didn't get until much older than you, Danny. So I think you figuring that out early is really important. And let's be honest, it's something I still struggle with personally.
Yeah.
We're in the entrepreneurship space. We're in the content creation space. We're in the elevating space. We always compare ourselves to other people. That's the problem, is it's so difficult. And there's this interesting balance that I've found, which is I don't want to compare myself and make myself feel bad, but I want to inspire myself by what other people are doing. And that's kind of what we've been building at Elevation Nation is Parker and I want to be the dumbest people that we bring on. Out of everybody that comes on the podcast, I want to be the dumbest and least successful because I want to learn from those people that join the nation. I want to get to know them, get to know their networks, and continue to elevate how I do things. And I think we're all on a different journey. The fact that you're 20 years old and still grinding and doing this already, you might be a musician, you might be a content creator, you might do something totally different. But I think what I'm impressed with the most with you, Danny, is you're just going after it and figuring it out. And it's such a similar mindset to what Parker and I took, and it's something I encourage Elevation Nation that's listening out there is take a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, well, I don't really know what I want to do, so I'm just not going to go for it until I figure it out.
Yeah.
Try. Build
Ready,
now.
fire,
Whether
aim.
that's you, like just, ready, fire, aim. Like just throw things at a wall until they stick, until you feel passionate about it. Whether that's you want to learn how to cook. I'll tell a quick story because I think Parker loves my stories. Senior year, second semester, I didn't take a lot of classes at Maryland. I had a ton of free time. But I wanted to just stay busy and do something. So I went to our fraternity chef. I said, I love cooking. Chef Lou, can I just apprentice you? I'll do it for free. I'll help in the kitchen a couple hours a day. Let me just try. Wow. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. First thing he made me do for a whole week, I just mopped the floors after him. Mop the floors, learn where things were in the kitchen, learn how to keep a clean and tidy workspace. I'm not a chef now, but I love food, I love cooking, and I appreciate and understand what he taught me. Oh, yeah. Just try shit, man. I think too many times people are scared to do it perfect. Just try. Have fun with it.
Absolutely. I love that.
I love it too. Sam, I don't recall you working in the kitchen with Chef Lou at all.
Me and Benny Kotler, senior year, second semester, went in exchange for, because we weren't living in the frat house, in exchange for, I guess we got paid in free food, the food that we cooked. We were his sous chefs. And I loved it because I watched so many cooking shows growing up. Nothing made me more freaking hyped than when he would tell me to do something and I got to yell legitimately, yes, chef. Yeah, that's a badass feeling. I was like, yes, chef. He's like, mop the floors, Panitch. Yes, chef.
That's awesome.
Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah. It's a great job.
So, Danny, you're in what? What year are you at school?
To be technical, I'll be a second semester junior this fall when I come back.
Wow. How's that feel now that you're going into like the latter half of college? Like, are you already envisioning life after college and where you see yourself going? And if so, are you building that foundation right now?
It can go so many different ways, I feel like. But I'm just like embracing it all. I think something that like one part of my mindset that did come late to me is that like social media could just be gone in an instant. So I think lately, like I've always put so much effort into I want to be a creator, I want to do this and that. Now I'm taking more of the approach of like doing like real life stuff by kind of documenting that more instead of just trying to be like a creator my whole life. I'm just trying to create like stuff like that because I want to be able to have substance within my own life. And I always have had it. Like it's never been like I'm just strictly doing it on my computer 24/7, like nothing like that. But yeah, I've definitely been envisioning, certain realities for myself. And I think that this year is going to be like a make or break year for me. So I'm just going to continue to work as I've always been working, continue to be the person I am. And I've seen positive growth every single year I've been alive. So I think I'm doing something right. I'm just going to keep on that same path and just trust the process, honestly.
So what you're describing, Danny, is elevating. Yeah. Consistently trying to make yourself a little bit better and your community around you a little bit better. And it's a blessing and a curse. You know, from the moment I got introduced to you, I knew you were an elevator and we had to have you join the nation, is you get this mindset of you're never going to be complacent. There's always more to learn. There's always new ways to grow. And I think that's what's so inspiring for many of our listeners and many people that are in Elevation Nation is we're just slowly trying to get better each and every day, try to be the best version of ourselves. And the fact that you're 20 years old, I get it. Social media can be taken away in an instant and you're now trying something new. Just keep experimenting, keep trying to make yourself the best version that you can be. And I think a lot of people, whether you know it or not, are going to hear this and look up to you and be really impressed with what you were doing. So keep on elevating, man. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I want to transition, though, into something that you're really passionate about that we haven't touched on. And I purposely didn't call this out in your intro, even though we had it in there, because it's not something that, in my opinion, defines you. It's something that you help shine a light on. Yeah. And that's with Crohn's, right? So talk to us a little bit for folks that don't know anybody with Crohn's, what it is so they can understand, what you're dealing with, and then how you yourself are helping with awareness there.
I'm really glad you brought that up. It's really just like big boy tummy problems. Like that's how I explain it to people. Don't need to get into symptoms. Just Crohn's disease is it affects the digestive tract from gum to bum. It's basically an autoimmune disorder where your immune system is actually too good. See, even my immune system's elevating above everybody else's. Now it sucks. But basically, inflammation is a natural process in the body. So basically, my body, for some reason, thinks that every food that I eat is a predator trying to kill me, and they try to protect me from it. So trying to do the right thing, wrong execution. But yeah, that's about it. And yeah, I've been battling it for about 3 years now. It's been like the main focus of my content, and I've been feeling really good about, the direction that my content is heading with Crohn's.
So, like, how are you, like, what type of content are you creating? You're just saying, hey, like, this is what it is and how it's affected my life? Or are you meeting other people who are experiencing this? Like, how are you spreading awareness?
It's different pillars. I mean, sometimes I'm just joking around about it, being like, dang, this is, like, really, this would be really hard to talk about on a first date. Like, you know what I mean? Or, like, stuff like that. Other times it's educational, like 3 foods I eat to help me bulk up with Crohn's disease. But lately I've been doing this thing called Road to Remission. And remission is basically, like, clinical remission means that you have no symptoms. I mean, it's a chronic illness, so it's never going away. I will never be Crohn's free. But remission is the goal, and remission basically means that I have no symptoms, my body is working perfectly fine. Basically, the Crohn's is just completely dormant. So I know it's going to be a long time. I know I have trouble sticking to things sometimes. So I'm just going to be documenting every single day all the things that I do to get to remission, going through in-depth infusion days, what I eat, stuff like that. And the main thing is just like reminding people that their obstacles don't define them, just like Sam said in that little intro. So I'm just trying to remind people like, hey, I have Crohn's disease, but I'm still in the gym, working on my business, hanging out with friends, doing homework. Like, and it's not even like a flexy way. It's just like, I don't let it define me, so you really shouldn't either. You know what I mean? And I think people get bogged down by the obstacles and they think that they can't overcome things, but I don't know. I think it sounds crazy. I think getting Crohn's disease was a blessing in disguise. And I really don't think I'd be here if I didn't have it. So I think it's done a lot of, I mean, I wouldn't sit around here and say, I wish I didn't have Crohn's. I mean, obviously I wish I didn't have Crohn's, but but it definitely
is.
Grateful.
It helped make you you. And
absolutely.
I commend you a ton, Danny, for opening up about that. And it's never easy to talk about health issues that you're going through. And you're certainly helping more people who, I have a couple other friends who have Crohn's. And
really,
it's nice to know that there are other people out there that are kind of helping with the stigma and helping spread awareness on it. So I give you a ton of kudos, man. And I thank you for sharing that with us. And it certainly doesn't define you, but it's built you to know who you are, which, in my opinion, is a lot of different things, but one aspect of who you are revolves around music. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about music for a second, Danny. Yeah. You had a pretty big opening that you did.
Yeah.
For a pretty big artist who happens to be dating my celebrity crush, which we'll talk about in a second, but music in general. how did you get into music? Why music? And then how did you happen to open for this pretty incredible and famous act?
Yeah. So music's always kind of been in my life. When I was driving around with my mom, like to school and stuff like that, me and my siblings would have like dance parties in the back of the minivan. My dad taught me how to play drums at a really young age because he always loved drums and stuff like that. I took like guitar lessons, saxophone in middle and high school. And then I started to like do music, like trying to, at first doing like really hardcore rap stuff in like 8th grade. And I was like, dude, you're like a suburban kid. Like, you know, this isn't really you. So I've been trying to transition into like different things. And it really, the Leroy thing, I opened for the kid Leroy. It was just a really crazy like series of events. Like at that time I was like super down bad, just like really mental health was not good. My life was like hardest part of my life. Like just everything was crumbling down. And I decided to write a verse to one of Leroy's songs and just throw it up on the internet in January, like just for fun. No, I didn't even know he was on tour. And a month and a half later, my friend calls me, Leroy's coming. Leroy's my favorite artist. So I buy a ticket right there, thinking nothing of it. And then this kid from England, it was like out of a movie. He sent me this Twitter link on TikTok. And at first I was like, dude, what is this? And he was just like, it's your chance. And I opened it up and they wanted me to remix the exact song that I remixed 2 months prior. So I just threw that video back up there and I got QR codes and I posted them around the school. I posted 3 times a day on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for a month. I posted a song a day until the concert, or I tried to do that, but that like wasn't sustainable. And I would just go up to people I didn't even know and tell them about it. And like, it's just like, I just wanted it bad enough. And like, it ended up working out. So, I mean, I just worked hard and I got what I wanted. So it's not
wait. How did you like? What's the point of like? They were like, "Yes, come and do this."
I probably should have specified it. It was like a contest. You had to get the most votes. So I put QR codes
contest
up with the voting page and asked people to vote for me.
And you just went ham. You just went as hard as anyone could go,
nuts.
better than anyone else.
Yeah, it was funny. One time I walked into my friend's dorm elevator and like it was like half ripped. Like someone ripped off half of it, so I just like put up a new one. And like it was just like so many people were telling me to take them down, like janitors and this and that. And I was just like put them up. People on the bus when I was coming home from school for breaks and stuff. Like I just went crazy. And another kid actually botted the votes. This 14-year-old kid who I actually met that night. And he ended up getting like second place because I wrote to the people. I'm not ashamed to say that. I wrote to the people and I was like, dude, this kid is straight up like he's 14. He sounds like he recorded on a microwave and he has 10,000 votes. And the second place, which is me, has 300. Like the math isn't mathing. So I was just like, you know, I just got I did what I needed to do. And yeah, it ended up working out. It was so cool. It was such an awesome day.
That's incredible. I love that story. That's like something that you could definitely always have as your fun fact in class when you start the semester. I've opened up for Kid Leroy. Yeah. And then people are like, oh, damn, he's a musician. He must be talented, right? So you got a lot going on in your life. Obviously, as a college kid, that's the time to really try different lanes, like Sam mopping floors in a fraternity house, kitchen, among other things. But as you think towards your future, are you starting to hone in on certain things that you like and you don't like that you used to might like in the past?
Yeah. I don't know. I just love being a creative. Like I was talking to my friend, he dropped me off a few hours before this podcast. I was like, dude, like he's a D1 football player. And I was like, dude, like for you, football is like my content creation. I just eat, sleep, and breathe it. Like I love it. And is my microphone all good? I think we might be having some trouble.
It just switched. Let's go back. I'm marking this. So I know.
Let me see. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Let's see. Maybe I can switch it now. That's weird. Okay. Scarlet 2. Okay, so that's going through.
Try refreshing.
You can mute. Refreshing the page?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think.
Yeah, much better. All right, we'll just keep it going.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. It's fine.
Yeah.
So the question was on, now that you got all these things that you're going, you got music, you got TikTok, You got YouTube. You got meeting other interesting people on campus, studying at times, still living your life as a young person, going to the gym, all these things. It's overwhelming. Like, are you starting to like say, you know what, I'm doing this less and I want to do this more?
I think I've been kind of just like reevaluating my relationships. I think I hang out with a lot of people who make me really, really happy, but they don't do a lot for me. They don't push me to be better people. And I think I just want to allocate my time to people who support me more. Just trying to get less time on the phone, waking up a little bit earlier, just managing my time. Like, I've been getting really good with time management lately, which has always been a major struggle for me throughout my life. But I'm just going to keep doing what I love to do, because like it doesn't feel like a job to me. You know, I can spend 2 hours making content, going 2 hours into a song, then a meeting with a cool person, and it's just like I'm just like a kid living my life. Like, it's like fun for me. So it's never a matter of like, oh my gosh, this is so much. It's like I love when my days are jam packed. I love when like I lay down at the end of the day and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have nothing left to give, but like I had such a great day. So I've really enjoyed it all, and definitely honing in more on like the Crohn stuff. Like, I haven't posted too much on TikTok, on that TikTok account or like my Instagram account, but I think I've had a lot of opportunities because of like things that I've done in the past, and like viral videos, viral songs, stuff like that, and they haven't fulfilled me at all. And I want to do something that's really going to fulfill me, and something that's going to last, and something that is going to help me in the process. So I think just focusing on what I really want to do and being authentic is the most important thing.
I think that'll take you a long way, Danny. Just be authentic.
Yeah, it's a hope.
Keep trying things.
Yeah.
And trust the process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
At Elevation Nation, we have a lot of listeners from around the world, all different ages. And we took a couple, Danny, that we wanted to specifically ask you. So I'm probably just going to pull out one that I think is a great one that relates to many of those folks in Elevation Nation. You know, you're 20, you just got to Penn State, you know, you're halfway-ish through your career there. This person, they're a senior in high school. They're about to go to college. They didn't say where. Maybe they're going to Penn State. But they want to know what advice you have for them to find their passion, because they seem to be struggling a little bit with finding what they love to do in high school. Do you have any advice for this high school student as they enter into their college years on how they can find their passion, just like you have found so many of your passions?
I think just like find your flow. Like, what's one thing that you could do besides like watching TV or like something lazy? What's one productive activity that you could do for 8 hours straight, enjoy for the most part, and just like it feels like 20 minutes when you do it? If that's bracelet making, go ahead, start a bracelet company. If that's yapping with your friends, start a podcast. Like, there's always a way to monetize yourself. There's always a way to create your passions into something that can be sustainable. You know, what TV shows do you like? Even if you like watching TV, you know, what kind of TV shows do you like? You know, you can try and live more like that character. You can try and like do skits with the TV shows. Like, it's definitely hard, but you just find what you enjoy every day, and just really, it can be, you know, spending time with your family. So just make a YouTube channel with your family and film your fun times that you have with them. You know, just find your flow, find something that you enjoy, and most importantly, something that you're proud of, something that you're not going to be like, if somebody comes up to you and says, oh, you have that YouTube channel, you're like, oh, you know, it's whatever. Like, just like, yeah, like I do this and that. Like, what's something that like you're like, you smile ear to ear when you think about, and you know, people like see the look in your eyes when you're talking about it. Like, what's that thing for you? And I think that's the way you find it.
I'm curious what you think about this. Do you think, you know, you look at those creators, people on like TikTok who are all about mindfulness, let's call it that, and they're capturing and videoing their whole mindfulness journey. Is that something that, I mean, to me, that sounds, I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with it. I just, it's weird because it's like you're being mindful, but you're on your phone. And it's a little challenging because it's like, how mindful are you actually?
Yeah.
Or are they just like capturing the moment, putting the phone down, then doing whatever it is they need to do, and then they're posting it? You know, like, it's people go to the baseball game and they're on their phone the whole time, capturing the moment because they want to get that next best video, when at the end of the day, they're still missing the whole point of experiencing that moment in time.
You gotta have like tactics. Like, I'm a big fan of like recording, but like while I'm watching the event, or like putting my phone down in a spot where I know it's gonna record the thing, and then like just enjoying the event. I think you can smell fakeness from a mile away. And I think people recognize authenticity, and that's what wins. I think that's one thing social media is good for, is like it rewards authentic people. I don't think there's a lot of fake people, unless they're legitimately being satirical or like a character, that get a lot of views. Like, people can tell if you're being fake, if you're trying to be somebody that you're not, if you're trying to portray this perfect lifestyle that you don't have. Like, people could smell that from a mile away. I document my journey with something I'm trying to improve on, just because I want to show my authentic self, and I show people, hey, I just worked for 4 hours and I have to do this for 4 hours, and I'm just being authentic. I'm showing people what real life is. It's not just like, well, today I recorded 4 songs and then I made 15 videos and I got 100,000 followers. Like, you got to work, you got to be able to fund what you do, and I'm still a college student, so. Yeah.
Well, I asked the question because I'm always curious. What is the drive behind creating all of this content? Is it you want to go viral? Is it you like the views? You like the likes? Is it you want to be doing this more in your time? You enjoy it? Like, I just am always coming back. What is the reason why so many people, especially young people, want to just post on TikTok and Instagram? And maybe it's like human nature that we're suckers for the likes and the views.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I think the money is definitely a perk. People get money thrown at them if you're a creator. You're getting $50,000 to make a 60-second video about a product that you've never heard of. And that's great money to be made. And I'm paying for college, and I want to be able to pay for my siblings, and I just want to give my family everything. My biggest thing is just I want to give back to the people that helped me, and I just want to make a difference. I think the bigger my following is, it just means the more people I can inspire, and the more of a tangible result of people I can say that I inspired. And I want to start charities, and I don't know how to start a charity, but maybe one of my 1 million followers knows how to do it. Or maybe I don't have an NFL player in my network, but I have like an NFL coach that I know, and he'll help me create content at the games. Like, my thing is just I just want to do everything. Like, I have so many passions. I've accepted the fact that I can't stick down to one of them, so I just want to do everything. Like, I want to document myself, like swimming like in Maui one week, and then the next week I'm like doing a one-on-one versus Joel Embiid. Like, I just want to have the ability to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and just allow everybody else that I care about to do the exact same things. So, and I just love content creation. Like, I just enjoy it. Like, so.
Similar goals, I think, between all three of us is wanting to control our schedules, be able to spend our time how we would like. Yeah. Except I hate content creation. I like podcasting. But that's why we'll hire you, Danny. So, all good.
Yeah.
Hey, podcasting is a form of content creation. So if you like podcasting, Sam, you like content creation. You just don't like the thing that everyone does, which is post on TikTok, like of videos of themselves in their daily life.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I need Danny. That's okay. That's why we have friends with strengths and weaknesses. So I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Danny, I want to move us into our next section here, the rapid fire section.
Oh, sweet.
We got a couple quick hitting questions to ask you. First thing that pops to mind. You ready, man?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. You already opened up for a pretty incredible artist. Is there another dream artist that you'd love to open up for?
Oh my gosh, it's so tough. I'm big on sobriety, and Lil Yachty sober. I think that'd be pretty fire. Jack Harlow.
Okay.
Jack Harlow. Yeah.
I like it.
Played in my town of Baltimore at the Pimlico Preakness. I don't know how he did, but I'm sure it was great. Okay, next rapid fire. What fuels your fire, Danny?
My family and God.
Respect.
Thank you.
Respect.
All right, last rapid fire here. Danny, we love to read. As you can see, Parker has a ginormous bookshelf right behind him. I read on the Kindle, so I don't have a bookshelf, but that's okay. Do you have any book recommendations to share with Elevation Nation, something that you love that maybe changed how you think about life that you can share with our listeners?
Yeah. I am a chronic read like 3/4 of a book and then start a new one, which is really bad.
That's
one
like
book
Parker.
one book that I'm close to finishing that I'm probably going to read right after this, quite honestly, is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That's like I don't have any obscure like crazy hidden gems, but like I have like Influence, the Power of Persuasion, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 48 Laws of Power, 5 a.m. Club, like just stuff like that. I've read bits and pieces of all of them, but yeah, self-improvement and like psychology, those are the only books I read. So those would be my recommendations. And they're not crazy. Like I probably found them from a YouTube video, but they're all great books. There's a reason why they're so popular.
There is a reason why they're so popular, because they're good books. Man, there's so many good book recs. I mean, Sam and I both love nonfiction, psychological type books. I wouldn't call them like self-help. That's not necessarily like my people are like, oh, Parker, why do you read so many self-help books? And I'm like, they're not really self-help books.
Yeah.
They're more like thinking about the world in different ways books.
Right. My mom's like, read a fiction book. It's too many self-help books. And I'm like, all right, I'll read The Hunger Games. She's like, no, it's not what you read before bed, like to try to calm yourself down. I'm like, I don't know. The only fiction I like is like dystopian, like end of the world type of stuff. So it's like nonfiction, you know. I'd rather like bore myself to sleep than, you know. Well, it's not boring to me, but
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
You know?
Okay, I like it.
Thanks.
We'll have to get you to continue to read all of those other books
Hold me
though and finish
accountable.
them.
Yeah.
We'll hold you accountable. All right, last question of the evening, Danny.
Man.
It is a question that is true to all elevators. It is an important question that we ask every single person who joins Elevation Nation. It is a thing that bonds our community of Elevation Nation together, and that is a question around the mental motto. And for those who don't know, the mental motto is a phrase, a quote, a slogan that you live your life by. Sam and I believe, as well as other elevators in Elevation Nation, that the mental motto is the thing that keeps you going, and keeps you grounded in good times and bad. So, Danny, we're curious, man. What's your mental motto?
Life's a movie, be the main character. Yeah. It's something I think I mean, there's variations for sure, but that's something that I remember that I've said since I was probably like 15. So I like to take credit for that. I think so many people just like, and it's not even in a bad way, a lot of people just forget that we only have one life to live. And I think that, like, with the Crohn's and everything and being, like, not able to... I like everything taken away from me, you know, with Crohn's. And I realized, like, I never want that to happen again. I never, you know... Like, now I choose to be grateful for every moment. I choose to seize every opportunity. I choose to ask too many questions and pester people to get into an opportunity or something like that. Just, like, literally, like... I just want to imagine that, like, when we die, there's, like, a movie of our lives, and, like, I don't want it to just be, like, sitting on the couch playing video games. Like, I want to be like, oh, my gosh, like, I got into this concert at the top frat that I should not have been into, or, you know, I, like, did this and did that. Like, I just want to go on adventures and just, like, if I'm, like, how can I make this entertaining? How can I make this adventurous? How can I, like, just, like, do things that, I don't know. I think I'm just, like, a go-getter mindset, so I just try to make everything entertaining for myself, and just, yeah, I just try to live life and live it to the fullest. I think that's the most important thing.
You are the main character, not only in your life, but in every piece of content you create, in
Thank you.
every opening act that you do,
Thank you.
in every single day of your life. And Danny, I just want to thank you on behalf of Elevation Nation, on behalf of myself and Parker. Thank you for continuing to elevate who you are and how you do things. The fact that you are still in college truly boggles my mind. And, you know, again, we met before you became a member of Elevation Nation, and I knew instantly that you had to become one. And I'm really honored that you're here, man, and we're just excited to welcome you to our community.
Thank you so much. It's definitely difficult at times when the numbers aren't there. I hate to be vain about the numbers, but when you don't see the numbers there and you don't see the recognition, and you're with all these people who are leveling up and traveling and meeting these people, it definitely takes a toll on you. And just like having opportunities like this where people are able to recognize what I do and really see the vision as clear as I do, it truly means a lot. So I give just as much, you know, gratitude back to you guys.
Amen. You're exactly where you need to be right now.
Thank you. Yeah.
And don't forget that.
Yeah,
Everyone is exactly where they need to be in that moment in time. And to, you know, Philly fan, trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process, of course.
I love it. Elevation Nation, until next week, peace.